Okay, so let's look at the different parts of this kit, and hopefully it'll make it easy enough to add and subtract wherever you might want to upgrade your kit. So first off is the Logitech 920 camera. This is a super standard webcam, widely available. If you already have webcam, like I mentioned at the beginning here of this series, you probably don't need this. But if you want one that's reliable and works well, this camera works well, and it's as simple as plugging it into your computer and you should be good to go. If you choose to just go webcam, you'll see that this is able to, if you flip it out like this, mount onto your monitor and be right at the top of your monitor, which works well for, like we talked about back in the best practices video, getting that camera to eye level. So we'll look at another piece next. So next, let's look at the ring light. Now the ring light that's listed on the parts list comes with all of these different elements. This is the ring light itself. It's a really nice light source. They are super flattering and easy to set up. Essentially, you put this right in front of you and you're going to be in good shape. The controls are here. It's a pretty simple remote. You've got a power button, a plus and a minus that make the light brighter or not. And then right here, you have what looks like a little turning symbol that will change the color temperature of your light. You have 3 temperatures to choose from. The bluest one is meant to be set to daylight setting. The yellowest one is meant to be tungsten balanced. And the middle one works really well with fluorescent lights, and some, you might have to experiment a little bit with that. The other parts that you're going to need if you're setting up the kit as we have it set up are the ball head and this tabletop tripod that both come with the ring light. The part you won't need for our kit, but if you're doing your own thing and want to use your cell phone to record, this ring light comes with this mount, which mounts with this screw inside the ring light, and then you can clamp your cell phone in to these teeth. So that's another way to do it. And we're going to look at the rest of the pieces here. Okay, so the last pieces of our recommended kit are this magic arm, which we use to give your rig height enough to get up over your monitor and be eye level, or use however you need to kind of create a stable and height adjusted setup. The other piece in your version, if you buy off my list, is going to look a little bit different than this, but it's the same idea. This is a connecting bolt which has threaded ends on both sides, and we're going to use this to connect our ball head to the inside of our ring light. So those are all the bits and pieces of the video rig. Let's put it together. Okay, so we just went through all the pieces here. This is how you assemble. This magic arm actually comes with one other piece that's in this barrel here. You can discard that because you want to get this threaded barrel and attach it to the tabletop tripod, just like this. And at this point, you can actually open up the magic arm. That'll make your life a little bit easier, because you're going to take this threaded end and you're going to thread it into the bottom of the ring light here. So let's see if I can do this in frame. Okay, so that is mounted there. You can make your life easier now maybe by folding this up so it's not quite as tall. The next thing we want to do is, again, yours is going to look a little different than this, but this connector bolt, mine's black, yours will be silver. Um, you can mount the connector bolt into the inside of the ring light here. And that'll thread in pretty well. That ball head that came with the ring light, you can thread that right here. I'm not going to thread these all down real tight, but you're going to want to make them secure. And then last but not least, your webcam will go on the ball head here. A lot of wires and stuff to kind of keep track of when you're screwing these together. You just got to kind of do your best and untangle at the end. So basically this is your setup. You'll spread the legs on the tabletop tripod out completely to get the best possible base. You can tighten and straighten out this magic arm to get the proper height. And then to fine adjust the camera, you can use the ball head to, pitch it forward, backward, turn it side to side. There are two things to plug in with this rig. One is the ring light itself, which is a fairly high power draw. So if you have, if it overloads your computer or doesn't light up, try a different USB port. Very often, moving from one port to another will put you on a different USB bus, and you'll be able to draw a little more power from it. The second USB that you're going to want to plug in is the camera, which doesn't draw a ton of power and is usually not at all an issue. So those two plugged in and you'll be good to go with your video rig. Next, let's look at audio. Okay, so audio is pretty simple. This mic is a simple one. I've got a headphone cord plugged in here that is not required to use this mic, but you will have to plug in this USB cord, which comes to the mic that goes into your computer. So if you're using the full setup that we have recommended, you will need 3 USB ports to complete it. Functionally, this mic is pretty simple. It's got an on-off switch, which my exposure is a little high to see, so I apologize for that, but it's right here. It's got a power indicator light, which should be lit if it's plugged in and ready to go. And then it's got a couple of volume tabs down here, which just affect the headphone output for the most part and shouldn't be an issue. It also comes with a nice little tabletop tripod, which you can set your mic into. So if you have the space for it, you can just set it on your desk in front of you. This particular mic model, you do want to speak right into the front of the microphone. It's directional in this direction. This also, other notes, I guess, are this is a dynamic microphone, so it is really good for speaking into without picking up a lot of the background noise. And the audio piece of this rig is really that simple. I've had this discussion with a couple people already on the calls, but if you're going to make one change, one upgrade to your system, and it's just a simple webcam type system, the single cheapest upgrade is probably that $10 ring light. Throwing good light can make a lot of a difference in your video stream. The probably a little more expensive, but the biggest upgrade you can make is actually the mic. It's about a $70 piece, but it's a great mic and it ramps up your audio quality so much that it can be really beneficial. The whole kit, I think when I totaled it up on Amazon, was about $200. It's a great investment to kind of put your best video foot forward if you want to do it. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on Slack or send me an email, or yeah, find me wherever. I'm happy to answer questions for you. Mentor Deck, that's the one I forgot. Book a time on Mentor Deck, and I'd love to help out. Thanks for checking out this video.